and you have alluded to a very good point. That is why is all this escalation? For that, again, you have to look at the political system of
Mhm.
Pakistan, uh,
Right.
which has been dominated since the establishment of the country by the military establishment. The reasons of existence of the military establishment has been built on animosity with India. And since the Pakistan's existence, it is dominated by military establishment, and the
Yes.
military establishment has justified their domination by presenting imminent threat emerging from India to the newly established Pakistan, telling their people that if the army does not defend the country, India would come over and take it over back, and uh, I mean, we will be overwhelmed by Pakistan, okay, by India, and that has been the narrative that they have been presenting as their reason of their existence. And based on that narrative, they have been dominating the civilian governments. They have been dominating the economy. They have been taking the major chunk of the national budget and making use of that for their own interest, including they have established private firms as
Yes.
4G Cement and other similar corporations that have been making them rich over the years. Now, in order to justify that the reason for existence, from time to time, they have to engage in wars, in conflicts at the regional level. The Pakistanis being so far away from Israel have regularly been telling their people that even Israel is against their existence, whereas Israel there has never been any evidence of Israeli state trying to destabilize Pakistan. But that is the narrative that they present. And based
Right.
on that, they have to be engaged in continuous wars with the nations to keep their people at risk of war. Securitization has been their mantra, trying to, and of course, presenting the security dilemma as the reason for further strengthening the army that is there at the expense of the people's development, prosperity, and regional integration. If there is no war with India, Pakistan can benefit from the large economy that exists in India. But then they have securitized India so much so that nobody can really ask about engaging with India, and that is the major reason that from time to time the Pakistani forces have to be engaging in wars to try in order to remind their people that, see, there is a revanchist agenda that is being
Right.
pursued by the Indians, and if we are not there here, and if you don't support our existence and don't agree to the way we operate this country, you will be taken over by Indians. I have lived in Pakhtunkhwa and have studied and got educated there. I've read the curriculum that is thoroughly built on hatred towards India.
Right.
They have literature that they produce. They have people on media regularly portraying India as a threat to their long-term stability and their existence. And that has been the reason behind the instability and unstable relations between the two countries. Vice versa, India, during the first 30 to 35 years of their independence, they were faced with the problems of their own issues with China, the border issues with China, the internal struggles. For example, Khalistanis wanted to have a separate Khalistan state. They had issues in other parts of India where separatist movements were taking place. Economy was at tatters. They were struggling for survival economically, and they had to be inward looking.
So how,
Secondly,
so given that, how does then Afghanistan, given that its specific geographical and political position right now, that Taliban's are in power in Afghanistan, and you know, the previous government has collapsed a few years ago, and Afghanistan itself is in a very unstable situation. Um,